Today, I'm finally going to be sharing my top 10 roller coasters with the internet. Please bear in mind that I've not done all the best roller coasters in the world, and some of your favourites might not feature. That includes rides such as Gotham City Escape, Ride to Happiness, and the Duplo Dino Coaster. Definite #1 contender. But I'll ride it next year, so subscribe so you don't miss that vlog. I'll wait. Thank you. Now before I kick off with number 10, Chill Out Prime Minister, I do have a few honourable mentions. For example, I really liked Mako, I really liked Let Coaster, and I really liked F.L.Y. But not as much as I liked Conda at Wallaby, Belgium. Yes, number 10 is Conda. 3 A's on the end of that. This Intamin Mega Coaster is the tallest and fastest coaster in the Benelux region, defeating Goliath, a slightly shorter and slower Intamin Mega Coaster. But enough about Goliath, because Conda defeated it. Conda stands at 164 feet tall and reaches a top speed of 70.2 miles per hour. No idea how it manages to go that fast with that drop. But we move on to number 9, Hagrid's Magical Creature Motorbike Adventure at Universal's Islands of Adventure. The longest roller coaster in the state of Florida, Hagrids, I'm not going to say the whole name again, takes you through the Forbidden Forest. This ride experience has world-class theming throughout the queue line, and that continues throughout the whole ride experience. You have a world record 7 launches, really cool animatronics, the onboard audio is perfect as Hagrid guides you through the forest, otherwise you might get lost. Plus the coaster itself has plenty of surprise elements that I will not spoil. Now this coaster might have been higher up the list, but it is more of a family thrill experience. But with a top speed of 50 miles per hour on the final launch, this ride is definitely more on the thrill side of the family thrill scale. Now staying in Florida, but switching bike and franchise. Number 8 is Tron Light Cycle Run at Magic Kingdom. The newest and fastest roller coaster at Walt Disney World is incredible. Is it also the newest and fastest Disney coaster full stop? Indeed it is. This coaster is a world-class thrill coaster, which is rare for Disney, but it's also a visual masterpiece. The futuristic queue line, this reveal, that's cool, and the station building all provide an immaculate build-up for a high-tempo, high-tech roller coaster experience. Once you board your light cycle, the coaster launches you 0 to 60 miles per hour in one of the craziest launches I've ever experienced. It sends you up into the canopy and then straight into this incredible show building as you race against other light cycles. It's visually so good. This would be higher up the list if the coaster was just slightly longer. However, the duration is not a cause for complaint. It is certainly long enough. Ha, that's what she said. Number 7 is Totis at Parc Astérix, or Totis if you're Yeg. It's the tallest and fastest roller coaster in France, standing at a whopping 167.3 feet. It all counts. And reaching speeds of 66.5 miles per hour. This coaster has good theming, dominating the Celtic/Viking style area. And on ride, look at all that theming. This coaster features 3 launches, including a swing launch and an incredible spike. Probably my favourite thing on the whole ride. The ride also features 3 inversions and a lot of airtime. No thanks to the top hat. You would have chosen one. Less airtime than Nigel on I'm a Celeb. Number 6 is Hyperion at Energylandia. They've built about 100 coasters, so the odds are in their favour to feature on this prestigious list. Hyperion is the first thing you see as you enter the park. It's massive. It's space themed, but there's not much of it. But it's huge, with a 269 foot first drop. It's rapid, reaching speeds of 88.2 miles per hour, and it's got an unbearable rattle on the outside seat, so the outside seat experience can get the hell away from my top 10 list. So when I talk about this coaster being number 7 on my list, I'm talking pure... Is it number 7? So when I talk about this coaster being my 6th favourite, I'm talking 100% about the inside seat. This Intamin Mega Coaster has all the airtime you expect from a hyper coaster as you float over the first few airtime hills. But then after that, it turns up the intensity, and the second section just flings you about like crazy. Yeah, I think those are the technical terms. Kicking off my top 5, we have Shambala at Portaventura. That's number 5. This B&M Hypercoaster has a huge 255.9 foot drop. It reaches speeds of 83.3 miles per hour and, well, all of what I said about Hyperion, just a lot smoother, less intense and way more airtime. Why am I about to talk about Epcot in a top 10 roller coaster list? I'll tell you for why, and that's because number 4 is Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind at Epcot. This is by far the most fun roller coaster I've ever ridden, and I challenge anyone in the comments to try and think of any roller coaster in the world that could even compete with this for fun. It's off the fun scale. I rode Cosmic Rewind twice during my time in Florida, and the songs I got were Conga and September. Conga was definitely my favourite. Oh yeah, by the way, it alternates between different songs from a playlist that features in the films. So you might get a different song every time you ride it. And unlike the roller coaster track, don't get it twisted, this roller coaster is a family thrill coaster, but that does not detract from the ride experience at all, whatsoever. It's the longest indoor roller coaster in the world, with a track length of 5,557.4 feet, and with a whopping ride time of 3 minutes 10. This ride just feels like it keeps going. And for further perspective, that is a longer track length than Shambala, by like 400 feet. It has a backwards launch with apparently a top speed of 60 miles per hour. I think this might be wrong, as it feels more 40 to 50 miles per hour, similar to Hagrid's Magical Creatures Motorbike Adventure, or Icon for my predominantly UK audience. Even more so than Tron, it's a heavily themed futuristic attraction with incredible visuals, an impressive pre-show, and trains with a controlled spin that rotates you in a similar way to a dark ride, pointing you at the show sequences that you need to be looking at. Kind of like Haunted Mansion on a coaster track. It's so good. I'll tell you that for free. Is Tron at Fantasia Land. This Interspin Blitz opened in 2016 and quickly became one of the most highly regarded coasters in the world. And for good reason. The theming is spectacular, though I still don't know what the story of Klugheim actually is. And the coaster itself is insane, with the second launch reaching a maximum speed of 72.7 miles per hour. Pretty fast. There are no inversions, but that does not detract from the intensity as you race around, weave around the village of Klugheim. It gives you plenty of airtime, and it's another long ride with a 4,330.8 feet track length. And though it's not the tallest at 98.4 feet tall, this coaster makes a statement. It's very loud too. Is Zadra at Energylandia, the first and currently the only RMC that I've ever ridden. Wow, Zadra is intense. Located in a surprisingly well-themed area of Energylandia, this coaster is a beast. It stands at 206 feet tall, making it the tallest RMC by a whopping... Oh wait, it's the joint tallest with Ironguazi. So by a whopping 0 feet. It reaches speeds of 75.2 miles per hour and has 3 inversions, including the most insane stall. It's relentless, it has airtime, it has hang time, and it does not feel as long as it actually is. Time flies when you're having fun. The track length is 4,317.6 feet, but when you fly into the brakes, you feel like you could just keep going. Need I tell you what gets top spot? It's located at Islands of Adventure. It's in the Jurassic Park section of the park. It's opposite Jurassic Park River Adventure. And it's the first thing you see as you enter the area. Pteranodon Flyers. Number 1 is Velocicoaster at Islands of Adventure. The theming is world class, the entrance is epic, the bouquet of raptors is cool, and I want one for my house. The animatronic in the queue is one of the best in the world. The raptors chase, the train as it goes through the second launch. Yes, that is the actual coaster. And aside from the world class theming, the coaster itself is decent. The first half is similar to Taron as you fly around the raptor paddock before you launch out at 70 miles per hour and up the 155 foot tall top hat. It's the best top hat too, as it sends you flying out of your seat. Not literally, that would be a cause for concern. The layout is crazy intense from there, with the helix, the airtime, the stall, And of course, the Mosasaurus roll. Yeah.
That was good, wasn't it? Please, sir, can we have some more? You don't have to call me sir. But here's your link. Click it. Sir Pun-A-Lot would sound cool though.